And how fitting would it be, the final out being on the strikeout, her 13th, to end what has been a perfect season.
Woodland fans standing up.
1-2, swing and a miss! The Woodland Hawks have capped off their perfect season. They've won their first state championship in program history in Class M. The final, 4-0, Woodland over Oxford.
The team that we had last year, they're a once-in-a-lifetime team. They started playing together when they were 10, and it was extra special for them to be together here. And they just loved it, and they had such good flow. And then Sam has left from that group because she was a year younger. When Peyton got to play with them for 3 years, and Bree and Lucia played with them for 3 years. So I got 4 kids who know what it's like to be a part of that. And then they want to bring the other kids in. And the other kids know they're in a program that has a reputation to succeed. And they know that we're not that once-in-a-lifetime team. We're a different team that can still achieve.
Don't fix what's not broken. You still have to bring in the same work ethic and everything, because obviously it works well for us.
It's a challenge that they want. They want to meet that challenge. They know they've got a lot to do to get there, but they're working at it.
One of the main things that our program runs by is to set the tone early, and I think that's a big part because it teaches the girls to jump on and go in with confidence, and I think confidence leads to our success.
They've always sort of lived by own it and fix it. The team is everybody's responsibility. You can't win without a team. You achieve sort of a lifetime goal in June, and then come August, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, which was a shock. For the first few weeks, I wouldn't talk about it. Like my husband was the only one who knew, and then only like my best friends and my family knew. As a coach of a team for so long, in a championship team, you're so used to being the rock. I'm not used to asking for help or being weak or not being able to do stuff. So it took me a long process to be able to admit that like I was going to be down and not be able to do stuff, and let other people sort of in and do things for me.
You're going right. Good job.
I had surgery on September 18th. As far as the kids knew, I had surgery and I would be out for at least a week. I waited until I got all the results from the surgery and the pathology to sort of talk to the team, because I wanted to know what the plan was before I talked to them. IT and keep our hands on top of the ball. Right. It fortunately only said radiation. So I got my timeline, but I was able to tell the kids, listen, I'm gonna have radiation, I'm gonna be on medication, but I can still coach.
It was definitely a shock because you've heard of this diagnosis before, but having someone that you've known and have had contact with actually be diagnosed with was definitely different.
Obviously, as a teenager sitting in a classroom, you never want to hear that your coach is sick and has breast cancer. Especially someone like her. She's active always, she eats well, she's in shape, everything. She would be the last person that I would expect to have cancer.
Woodland's done pink events forever and ever and ever and ever. And I always participated, and I was like, yeah, you know, people need this. And then it wasn't until this that I realized, oh my God, how important it is. You know, only then that I realized where the money's been going this whole time. And I didn't bring up the pink game, Sam did.
I think this is a great chance to raise some money for the cause. And now it specifically hits closer to home.
We picked Seymour Pink, and fortunately, I didn't need to use their resources, and I can't imagine not being able to get the treatment that I got because I couldn't afford it. So the thought that people have this happen to them and they can't get that kind of treatment because they can't afford it just would be so upsetting to me. So that's why you pick Seymour Pink, because you can apply for help.
Honoring it is going to bring difference of emotions from everyone, but I think it's going to be overall smiles.
Before the surgery, I went up to Chris Decker, who was the AD, and I was like, I would like my ring, please. He goes, the ceremony's in December. I said, no, I want my ring now. So I put my ring on every day to keep me going. There were days where, yeah, who wants to get out of bed when you're facing a whole week of radiation? You know, nobody does. You know, my husband give me a little push, I get up, put on the championship ring, all right, I gotta go.
It feels nice that we helped give her that strength, especially through these tough times.